Hello friends, welcome to this video. Today we can discuss a very famous poem by Alfred Lord Tennyson, that is Ulysses. Alfred Lord Tennyson was the most representative poet of the Victorian era, his alive period being 1809 to 1892. He was the poet laureate during Queen Victoria's reign. He had a very long literary career and he used a wide range of subject matter ranging from medieval legends to classical myths. His most famous poems include The Lady of Shalott, then Ulysses, The Lotus Eaters, In Memoriam, etc. Okay, so moving on to the poem Ulysses. Ulysses is a famous example for dramatic monologue. Tennyson wrote this poem as a dramatic monologue where the speaker is Ulysses. Ulysses, the great Greek hero. He is the speaker here. As we all know, a dramatic monologue will have a speaker, and the speaker is addressing a silent listener. The listener will be silent. Okay. So this Ulysses is a dramatic monologue written in 1833 and was published in 1842. This poem was written in 1833 and was published in 1842 in the second volume of poetry, in his second volume of poetry. And this is a poem in blank verse. Okay, this poem is written in blank verse. Also an example for dramatic monologue where the speaker is Ulysses. Ulysses, or otherwise known as Odysseus, he is a great Greek hero. As we all know, he is the character in Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. Ulysses went to fight the Trojan War. This story is quite familiar to everyone. Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. And Ulysses went to fight in the Trojan War. He went to bring Helen back. As we all know, Helen was abducted by the prince of Troy called Paris. And Ulysses went to bring Helen back. And this war took 10 years to end. Okay. So, and this poem, Ulysses, here we can see Ulysses in Ithaca. He was back in Ithaca after war, after his adventures. So the Trojan War took 10 years to end, and then Ulysses and others, they returned to Ithaca. And this journey also take 10 years. So this journey of Ulysses and others back home to Ithaca, it also took 10 years. There was a lot of adventures, a long journey of 10 years. So here in this poem, we can see Ulysses back in his home in Ithaca, in that island. And he has come back from travels. That means he had gone to a war for which took almost 10 years, and his journey back to Ithaca also took 10 years. So 20 years he was away from his home. Okay, so we can find Ulysses back to his home island, Ithaca. Okay, he has come back from all his travels. But the Ulysses we see in this poem, back in Ithaca, he was not at all enjoying his life. He find life as extremely boring. His life there in Ithaca, he live a life confined in that island of Ithaca. Okay, now here Tennyson describe Ulysses as an old man. Okay, he was an old man now, and he always wish to go for another journey. Okay, he longs to go away from Ithaca for another journey. He wanted to explore new lands. Okay, here in Ithaca, he led a life of, or otherwise he led a boring life. Okay, so we can move on to the poem. I'll read the first part of the poem. It little profits that an idle king by the still hearth among these barren cracks, matched with an aged wife, I mete and dole unequal laws unto a savage race that hoard and sleep and feed and know not me. I cannot rest from travel. I will bring life to the lees All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone on shore, and when through scudding drifts the rainy heights vex the dim sea, I am become a name. So it little profits that an idle king by this still hearth among these barren crags, matched with an aged wife, I meet and dole unequal laws unto a savage race that hoard and sleep and feed and know not me. So Ulysses is saying, I am now an idle king. It little profits that an idle king by the still hearth among these barren cracks match with an aged wife. So I am now an idle king. What am I doing now? I have nothing to do. I am sitting by this still hearth. Hearth means fireplace. Okay, I'm sitting by this fireplace. I have nothing to do. I am in this island. Okay, every day I am doing the same thing. Okay, every day I am doing the same thing, matched with an aged wife. I have an aged wife with me. His wife's name is Penelope. Okay, so I have an aged wife. This Ulysses is also an old man. Okay, so I have my aged wife near me, and every day I'm doing the same thing. I'm an idle king now. Okay, I meet and dole unequal loss unto a savage race. He is calling his people savage, uncivilized, that hoard and sleep and feed and know not me. So the people whom I am ruling, they are uncivilized. They were not civilized. They did not have a proper rule. Okay. They always hoard, sleep, feed. Okay. They were not interested in travels or adventures that I do. I am very much interested in traveling and also in adventures. But these people whom I am ruling now, they are not interested in anything. They just know to what? To acquire money, then to use it, to eat, drink, everything like that. Only like that. Okay, they only know to eat, feed, just sleeping and feeding. Okay, and know not me. That means my people, they even don't know who I am. Okay, what kind of person I am. I am a person who love adventures. These people whom I am ruling over, they don't have any understanding about me. What kind of a person I am. Okay, I cannot rest from travel. I will bring life to the lees. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that love me and alone, on shore, and when through scudding drifts the rainy heights vex the dim sea. I am become a name. So I have to travel. I cannot rest from travel. I will bring life to the least. That means I have to enjoy life. Okay, I have to enjoy life to the fullest. Okay, I have to enjoy my life to the maximum. I cannot rest from travel. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly. So I have enjoyed greatly and also I have suffered greatly in my travels. Okay, both with those that love me and alone. Sometimes I am alone, sometimes I am accompanied by my friends. Okay, I've enjoyed and suffered alone and also with my friends. And when through scudding drifts the rainy heights vex the dim sea, I am become a name. So I have enjoyed greatly, suffered greatly. I was sometimes alone and sometimes with my friends, sometimes in the sea, sometimes on shore. Okay, sometimes I'll be on the sea, at sea. I have so many experiences. I have experienced storms also. Okay, so I have experienced both happiness and also sorrow. He was talking about that traveling experience, those adventures he had during the time when he was away from Ithaca. He had experienced heavy rain, storms, and I am become a name. That means I am very popular. People all over the world knew me. They know me, but my people, they didn't recognize, they don't know about me. They know not me. Okay, so I am become a name. People all over the world knew me. They know me, but my people whom I am ruling over, they didn't have an idea of what kind of a person I am. Okay, then, for always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments, myself not least, but honored of them all. So now he's talking about the reasons why he have become a popular name, why he was popular among other people. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known. So I have experienced many things. Okay, I have visited many cities, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments, myself not least, but honored of them all. So I have visited many cities, different places there where there are different people and manners of different climates, of different councils and governments. So I have visited so many places. Myself not least, but honored of them all. That means I was considered important. Everywhere I went, people there, they considered me as important. Okay, I was honored by all people. Okay, I was not considered as a least person, or I have always enjoyed a position among people. Okay, I was honored by everyone. I have visited many places. I have visited cities, then places of different climates, councils, governments. Everywhere people honored me. Okay. So myself not least, but honored of them all, and drunk delight of battle with my peers, far on the ringing plains of windy Troy. I am a part of all that I have met, yet all experience is an arc wherethrough gleams that untravelled world whose margin fades forever and forever when I move. So, he has experienced battles and drunk delight of battle with my peers, with my friends. I have enjoyed victory. Okay, I have experienced so many battles and I have experienced the delight of battle. That means the victory. And he had experienced that bloodshed, tragedy. Okay, I have that delight of being a soldier. Okay, then I have experienced the delight of battle with my friends, far on the ringing plains of windy Troy. I am a part of all that I have met, yet all experience is an arch wherethrough gleams that untravelled world, whose margin fades forever and forever when I move. So I experience many of things. I am a part of all that I have met. I experience many things. Okay, and all those experience, yet all experience is an arch where through gleams that untravelled world whose margin fades forever and forever when I move. So all those experiences, they have created some kind of impact on me. Sometimes I have good experience. People all over the world acknowledge me. And sometimes I have bad experience also. So experience, they didn't prohibit me from further travel. I always wish to move or otherwise I always want to travel forever. Okay. So his experience, it helps him to move forever and forever. Okay. I wanted to travel more. Okay. There are so many places still that he have to visit. Okay, that means that his journey never have an end. He always want to travel. Okay, so if he sits in his island, he will never become famous. He had become famous because he traveled a lot. People all over the world acknowledge him. Okay, so then, how dull it is to pause, to make an end, to rust unburnished, not to shine in use, as though to breathe were life, life piled on life, were all too little, and of one to me little remains, but every hour is saved from that eternal silence, something more, a bringer of new things, and while it were for some 3 suns to store and hoard myself, and this grey spirit earning in desire to follow knowledge like a singing star beyond the utmost bound of human thought. So here he is saying how dull it is to pause, to make an end, to rust unburnished, not to shine in use. So here he says, like a metal, if it is used, then only it will shine. Okay. If it is not used, then it will rust. Okay, like a metal, he always want to travel. Otherwise, he in the beginning he described him as an idle king. Okay, so here he compares his earlier life and also his present life. His earlier life, that means that life of traveling, it always excites him. Now he is living a life of like rusting. Yes, so that metal which is of no use, it will rust. Likewise, he is not at all traveling now. He is living an idle life in Ithaca now. So nothing is there to excite him. It is very dull. How dull it is to pause, to make an end, to rust unburnished, not to shine in use, as though to breathe were life, life piled on life, were all too little, and of one to me little remains, but every hour is saved from that eternal silence, something more, a bringer of new things. So life piled on life, that means he was now an old man. He was a person who always liked to travel. So one life is not enough for him. He always liked to travel. So people there in Ithaca, he even those people, they even don't know the excitement of that travel. Okay, they are just wasting their life. But Ulysses, he always liked to travel. One life is not enough for him. Okay, but every hour is saved from the eternal silence, something more, a bringer of new things, and while it were for some 3 suns to store and hoard myself, and this grey spirit, earning in desire, to follow knowledge like a singing star, beyond the utmost bound of human thought. So every living hour is like saving from that eternal silence. Okay, so he was sitting there for almost 3 years, and he is now like his people. People of Ithaca, they make money, they spend it, they are just eating, feeding, and sleeping. They are doing nothing. They are wasting their life. Just like those people, Ulysses is also doing the same thing now. But his grey spirit, that old man, he always wished to follow knowledge like a singing star. He always want to explore more and more lands. He want to travel. He want to follow knowledge. He wanted to explore, means to the end of the world. He want to travel to the end of the world. Okay, so here he is expressing his yearning to travel. He is now unhappiness. He is tied up in that island of Ithaca. He wanted to explore new and new lands. He wanted to escape from Ithaca. Okay? Then, this is my son, mine own Telemachus, to whom I leave the sceptre and the isle, well loved of me, discerning to fulfill this labour, by slow prudence to make mild a rugged people, and through soft degrees subdue them to the useful and the good. Most blameless is he, centred in the sphere of common duties, decent not to fail in offices of tenderness, and pay meet adoration to my household gods. When I am gone, he works his work, I mine. So this is my son, mine own Telemachus. Now Ulysses is introducing his son. His son's name is Telemachus. This is my son, mine own Telemachus, to whom I leave the scepter and the isle. I have to leave the scepter. Scepter means that symbol of a king's authority, that road, a kind of road. So I have to leave the scepter and the isle and also the island, the people to him. Okay, this is my son Telemachus. I have to leave my responsibility to him. Well out of me, discerning to fulfill this labor by slow prudence, to make mild a rugged people, and through soft degrees subdue them to the useful and the good. So I am very well out of me. I am very fond of him. Okay, here Ulysses is talking about his son, and he is discerning to fulfill this labor. He is the best person who can take over my responsibility. I have to hand over my responsibility to Telemachus. He is very much the right person to take over that responsibility. Okay, he is very responsible, and he is the right person to control that savage race, that rugged people. He is the right person to control those people, and he is also capable enough to make them more civilized, rugged people, and through soft degrees subdue them to the useful and the good. So he can make that transformation. Okay, he can make that uncivilized people to civilized one. He has the capability to transform those uncivilized people to good people. Okay, to useful and good people. Okay, so he is very responsible, and he has that capability to transform the people of that island. Most blameless is he, centered in the sphere of common duties, decent not to fail in office of tenderness, and pay meet adoration to my household gods. When I am gone, he works his work, I mine. So, most blameless is he. He is blameless. There is nothing bad to say about him. He is centered in the sphere of common duties. He is very much decent, not to fail in office of tenderness, and pay meet adoration to my household gods. So, there is nothing bad to say about him. He will do his duty very well. He will take up his responsibilities and towards his family and also towards the people of Ithaca. So, when I am gone, he works his work, I mine. So, I will mind my duty and he will do his duty. Okay? So, it will be good if he give his responsibility to Telemachus, and he will go to explore new lands. It will be a good decision if he leave that island to Telemachus. Nothing is wrong in that decision, because Telemachus is the right person to take over that island's rule. Okay, he have the capability to transform that people to good people. Okay, that uncivilized to civilized. Okay, and so when I am gone, he works his work, I mine. I can do my own duty and he can do his own. That means he can rule over the land, rule over the island, and he will be a good king of the island. He will transform those people to good people, and I can explore new lands. Okay? There lies the port. The vessel puffs her sail. There gloom the dark, broad seas. My mariners, souls that have toiled and wrote and thought with me, that ever with frolic welcome took the thunder and the sunshine, and opposed free hearts, free foreheads. You and I are old. Old age hath yet his honour and his toil. Death closes all, but something ere the end. Some work of noble naught may yet be done, not unbecoming men that strove with gods. There lies the port, the vessel puffs her sail, there gloom the dark, broad seas. So, there lies the port. Then the vessel puffs her sail, the ship is ready to sail. There gloom the dark, broad seas. The sea is gloom. That means Ulysses has decided to travel. He is addressing the mariners. My mariners, souls that have toiled and wrote and thought with me, that ever with a frolic welcome took the thunder and the sunshine and opposed free hearts, free foreheads. So they have these mariners, they have toiled with me, they have worked hard with me, and wrought and thought with me. They have suffered with me, thought with me. They were always optimistic, that ever with a frolic welcome took the thunder and the sunshine and opposed free hearts, free foreheads. So these people were always optimistic. Okay, they experience that happiness and also sorrow in a in moderate ways. That means the thunder and the sunshine. Okay, both dangers and also happiness, they enjoyed both these things, or otherwise they welcomed these things. These mariners were always with Ulysses. They have worked hard with him, they have suffered with him, and they have thought with him, and they have enjoyed all happiness and sorrows with him. Okay. Free hearts, free foreheads. These mariners, they didn't have any tension. They were always free. You and I are old. So he's addressing these mariners. You and I, we are old. Okay. But then we will not give up. You and I are old. Old age hath yet his honor and his toil. Death closes all. But something ere the end, some work of noble knot, may yet be done. Not unbecoming men that strove with gods. So we are old. But there are still many things, many honorable things that we can do. Okay. Death closes all, but something ere the end. So death will stop everything. Death, of course, stops everything. But we should not give up. There is something we can do before the end, ere the end. But something ere the end. There is always something we can do. Okay. Death stops everything. But there are still many honorable things that we can do. Okay, so some work of noble knot may yet be done. We can do much more honorable things. We are not like ordinary people. Not like ordinary people of Ithaca. We can do honorable things. Okay, so let's do something extraordinary. Okay, not unbecoming men that strove with gods. So, there is something to do. We are not dull people. We always have something to do. So let us travel. Okay, let us explore new and new worlds. Then the lights begin to twinkle from the rocks. The long day wanes. The slow moon climbs. The deep mourns around with many voices. Come, my friends. It's not too late to seek a newer world. Push off and sitting well in order's might. The sounding furrows for my purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset and bats of all the western stars until I die. So the lights begin to twinkle from the rocks. The long day wanes. The slow moon climbs. The deep moans. The deep means the sea. The deep moans around with many voices. So now it is getting dark. Okay, the lights begin to twinkle from the rocks. The long day wanes. Now it is dark. And the slow moon climbs. Now it is dark. The sea moans around with many voices. So he feels that these waves are talking to him. Okay. So it is getting dark and the waves are talking to him. Okay. Come, my friends, it is not too late to seek a newer world. Push off and sitting well in order's might the sounding furrows. For my purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset and the bards of all the western stars until I die. So he is addressing his friends. Come, my friends, it is not too late to seek a newer world. So come on, it is not late. We can have a travel to another world, to seek a newer world. So come, it is not at all late. We can travel to a new world. Push off and sitting well in order's might the sounding furrows. Sounding furrows means that loud waves. Okay, so let us hit the waves. push off and sitting well in order's might, the sounding furrows, for my purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset. So, I have to sail beyond the sunset and the baths of all the western stars until I die. So I am old now, so I have to travel beyond the sunset. Sometimes this will be our last voyage. So we don't know what the fate of this voyage is. Okay, sometimes we will die during this voyage itself. Sometimes we will not return to our island. Okay, so there is also some extraordinary things we have to do. Okay, sometimes we have to travel until our death. But I am ready to face anything. I have to travel beyond the sunset. Okay, we don't know our fate. Sometimes we will not return to our island. Sometimes we might be drowned. That is, he is saying, it may be that the gulfs will wash us down. It may be we shall touch the happy isles. Happy isles means the place that it is considered as the place where the dead people went. Okay, so sometimes it may be that gulfs will wash us down. Sometimes we might be drowned. It may be we shall touch the happy isles. So sometimes we will reach the happy isles after our death during the voyage and see the great Achilles whom we knew. So sometimes we will meet that Achilles. Achilles is the great Greek hero. Sometimes we will meet him also there in the happy isles. Okay, so he is saying anything will happen. We don't know our fate. Okay, sometimes we will drown in the sea. Though much is taken, much abides, and though we are not now that strength which in old days moved earth and heaven, that which we are one equal temper of heroic hearts, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will, to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Very famous line. So, we are not so strong because we are now old. Okay, we are not now that strength which in old days moved earth and heaven, that which we are one equal temper of heroic hearts. So he is very much optimistic. Yes, we are not so strong as we are in our younger days. We were very much strong in our younger days. We are courageous, but now our physical nature have changed. We are not so much strong as we were in our younger days. We don't have that strength to move that earth and heaven. We don't have the strength to move earth and heaven just as we can do in our younger days. Okay. One equal temper of heroic hearts made weak by time and fate. So, we people are alike. We are thinking alike, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. So we have that determination to work hard, to strive. We have that determination to work hard, to seek, to find, and not to yield. So we are not ready to yield. We have that determination to fight until our last breath, till the last minute of our life. We are ready to travel. We are ready to travel. We are ready to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. So we were very much determined that we are ready to travel until our last breath. Okay, so here Ulysses is saying, he is addressing his fellow mariners, and he is saying that we are now old, but we are always thinking alike. Okay, we cannot move earth and heaven just as we do in our younger days, just as we have did in our younger days. We have that ability, that courage in us in our younger days, but we could not have the, or otherwise we didn't possess that strength in us now in our old days. But we are optimistic. We have that determination in us to work hard, to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Okay, so we are very much determined that we will travel, we will explore new and new islands, new and new lands. Okay, we will be adventurous. We will explore new and new lands until our last breath. Okay? Until we die, we will explore new and new lands. We will not yield. We will strive. We will seek. We will find. Okay? So that unwillingness to give up, that optimistic feeling. Okay, so the poet is talking about that optimism which Ulysses and other mariners have in them. The poet is talking about that optimism, that unwillingness to give up. And Ulysses is acknowledging that death must have stopped, death can stop all these things. Okay, death can, he is saying it in a lighter way. He is not at all frightened in that in concept of death. He is saying death, of course, it can stop us from traveling. But till our death, we can move on. We can, we can explore new and new places. Okay, then he's also talking about that aging, that process of aging. He's not now a younger man. Okay, even though he is old, it doesn't affect Ulysses. Okay, even though I am old, Ulysses is saying, I know I am old, but there is so many things I can achieve. I can achieve more and more things in my old days as well. Okay, and he's talking about his responsibilities also. He is he hands over all his responsibilities to his son Telemachus, and he is saying that Telemachus is very much responsible. He has the capability to rule over his island. He has the capability to transform the people of Ithaca to good and useful people. Okay, so he can do his responsibilities and I do mine. Means I will explore new and new lands. Okay, I will strive. I will seek, I will find out more and more new and new lands, and I will not yield until my death. Okay, so this is all about Ulysses. I hope it is useful for you. Thank you so much.